So listen, we all go through our own personal things that are very trying for us. So it's like, if you know that for yourself, why would you want to make things rougher for someone else? You know, why wouldn't you want to uplift someone else, you know, encourage someone else so that they can have a little bit of hope to keep going? Because the thing is, I'm sure you've had times where you wanted to give up, or you thought it was just, you know, this is it. It's over, you know. And fortunately, you did make it beyond that if you're able to watch this video. So we really got to start doing better as a collective, you know, with just being a blessing to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really have to do better with just showing love to others in whatever way that is for you. Because, see, we all have a different love language, right? And a lot of people don't realize that. And that's why at times it's hard in relationships, because this is beautiful. Wow. I'm going to have to come here more often. Wow, this is beautiful. But we, you know, that's why it's actually really important for us to learn about love languages, because so many of us have had relationships, myself included, where, you know, we had our own personal love language. And it impacted our relationship because we felt like we weren't being loved correctly. When in reality, we may not have even known at that time our own personal love language to express that to the other person so that they could love us correctly. Let alone did you know their love language so that you could love on that person correctly. And that's why, you know, I'm just an advocate for just having an open mind, you know, stop being so closed-minded and just thinking, you know, oh, well, this is how I see it, and so this is how it should be. You know, so many people live a life of, well, this is what I learned and this is what I know to be true, and so this is what's right. When in reality, we all have our own right, you know, per se. We all have our own something that we feel is right. But that's why it's important to be more open-minded, because I'm sure you've lived in a moment where, you know, you believe something to be a certain truth for you, right? Whether it be you learned it or it was just from a certain experience of your own. And so to you, like, okay, this is what I believe to be true. But then something came to challenge your truth. And, you know, it forced you to think. And in that process, this is beautiful, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment because this is my first time coming right here to this area at this park. And I'm like, I done fell in love. God is so good. Oh my gosh, look at all this beauty. Like, I know a lot of y'all that may watch this, y'all not really into nature. I get all that, but like, we got to get to a point where we begin to appreciate the simple things in life, because this right here, where I'm at right now, this is all God's creation. This is all God's beauty. He put all this here for us. And we got to learn to appreciate these things. See, all that material shit, it's cool, you know, it's nice and make us feel good and all that. But man, when I tell y'all, when y'all find a respect and a love and appreciation for, man, look at, wow. Anywho, y'all have to forgive me. I'm just having a whole moment. But, you know, things, you know, they came to challenge your own thought process. And then it possibly even may have changed your thought process, right? So it's like, you just got to learn to be a little more open-minded. Try to do your best to, you know, not judge people so harshly, man. Like, we so quick to point fingers at people and try to, you know, make jokes and all of that stuff. And listen, when I speak on these things, I'm not exempt. I done been there and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn many lessons from those things. So I'm just trying to, hopefully guide someone else to just be a little more open-minded and more compassionate of others, because that's what's gonna help us grow, and that's what's gonna uplift the vibration, the frequency of where the collective is as a whole right now in the world. Because if many of y'all haven't noticed, it's a lot of us in the world right now that are just out of touch with this, disconnected, just lost. And I mean, a lot of people may not want to admit that, but like, it's the truth, y'all. Like, it's really the truth. Like, and y'all see this family, they back here just having a field day. And see, that's another thing too. Like, we gotta stop labeling stuff as a race thing. Like, that's a whole nother video, because I know that's a touchy subject for a lot of people. And I'm not, saying anything against the BLM movement or anything. Trust me, I'm all for it. I'm one with y'all, you feel me? But it's certain things that are labeled as, is that a damn snake? Hold the hell on. What the fuck is that? I'm like, hold up. It's so many things that, we label. Like, for instance, okay, the whole, if you speak proper, because honey, trust me, I done been talked about many a days, because I don't know, I speak proper English at times, and then other times I'm country, and then other times I'm speaking slang or whatever they want to call it. But I just hate when people try to say, like, if you know how, if you know how to speak, or as they say, big words, right, that you talking white. And I'm like, what? That's so offensive to every other race, as if like every other race can't be knowledgeable of other words in the dictionary. Like, yeah, like, we gotta do better, man, as humans, man. Like, for real. Like, every last one of us deal with something. We've dealt with heartbreak and betrayal and doubt and, man, things that people would never even know that you've dealt with, because a lot of us don't speak on the bullshit. And some do, some overly share. And that's cool too, you know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, everybody in life serves their purpose. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I've had a friend where I personally felt like she overly shared, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, girl, they don't got to know all that on Facebook. But I did learn a lot from that person as well, because that person also had no problem with just being open, to the things that she needed, and that actually personally taught me a lesson, because see, I was the opposite. I was very private, didn't want to tell anybody about my issues, because in my personal opinion, I just felt no one cared, or if they, if you told them, they weren't gonna do nothing but talk about you anyway, and not add any type of assistance or whatever. So, everything in life is about perception, truthfully, at the end of the day. But God placed us out here to connect with one another, to help one another, not to tear each other down and to act like we better than each other. Like, I see so many posts on social media that, don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna lie, I'm human, so it be funny, you know what I mean, to an extent. But like, shit, like, excuse my French for whoever watches this and you're not fond of cussing. Look, listen, I am who I am. God created me. He knows everything about me. Or let me just say God, because I'm gonna be quiet. That's a whole other something. But God knows everything about Tiffany, aka Sweet Tea. God knows everything about me, and I'm put to you like this: if I'm doing something wrong, that's who's gonna correct me. So, at the end of the day, if you're judging me, judge yourself. I'ma just keep it real simple like that. If you're judging me, judge yourself. If you're pointing a finger at me, look back at yourself, okay, and ask yourself why you're judging me, okay? Anywho, but God placed us. Oh, that is so nice. Hold on, let me stop. I gotta hear this water flow. Thank you, Spirit. Um, God put us all here on this earth, in these bodies, in this 3D, with reason, with purpose. We all serve a purpose. That's why sometimes you experience random stuff where you cross paths with a random stranger, right? And for some reason, that random stranger just so happens to coincidentally, share some knowledge with you that you would have never even thought. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have, once you left that conversation, you're like, wait a minute, what the heck? Like, how did I just randomly have that type of conversation with this random person just out of nowhere? And I'm gonna be real with you, I literally just had that happen to me the other day when I was in Florida and I caught my Lyft on the way to the beach. The Lyft driver, like when I tell you, I mean, this Lyft driver connected like so heavily, like so deep. It really did. It just blew my mind. But being where I'm at right now in my life, I know that it was purposeful. I know that it wasn't a coincidence. I know that it happened with reason. And when we start looking at stuff like that, we'll have a higher understanding or overstanding of God's purpose in our life. So I wanted to make this video. It was on my heart, and truly, God has been already really, really guiding me to start, doing my YouTube videos and whatnot. Because there's some things that I've experienced, there's some lessons that I've learned on my journey that I'm, needing to express to others. So, if you take nothing else from this video, please take away. Just be more. Let me think of how I want to say it. Just pay attention, to the thoughts that you put out into the universe, because those matter, whether you think so or not. Every thought that you have is basically a vibrational frequency that you're sending out, that you're telling God, your angel, spirit, source, the ascended masters, ancestors, whatever you believe in, all of that, spirit guides, you're sending that out to them and saying, look at this, y'all. You're sending that out to them and letting them know that that's what you want to come to pass. And if you have any ill intentions, towards others, I just need you to know that, okay, that's what it is, but it's going to come back to you, love. So you really got to do better with, if you don't like somebody, okay, cool, don't like them, right? Because that's real. That's the reality of things. Like, we're not going to like everybody. We're not going to agree with everybody. Some people going to step on your nerves, and you might be ready to slap them. and maybe even more, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I've personally experienced in life is that, baby, when somebody do you wrong, you ain't got to lift a finger. Do you hear me? Especially if you know you're doing right by that person. You know what I'm saying? You had good intentions towards that person. You did nothing but love on that person, support that person, or just whatever the circumstance may have been. But if they had ill intentions towards you, or they hurt you, or they backstabbed you, or whatever it was, please trust and know that God gonna handle that, baby. That's why they say, let God fight your battles. You don't have to lift a finger. Because when I tell y'all the things that I've seen that have begun to happen to the people who And here's what's funny. See, when certain individuals have abilities, and I'm gonna be real with you, I personally think all of us do. It's just a matter of us tapping into them. But when you are an empath and an intuitive being, there's certain things that will be exposed to you. There's certain energies that you will feel. This is really, really nice. Thank you, God. I love you. Oh, I'm so grateful. Um, like, oh, this old tree. Hold on. I gotta touch it. But when you're an empath, and an intuitive being, you pick up on things that people may not think you will, right? So, for example, like I said, that's why I said I went back to being careful of your thoughts. Some people are really gifted, uh, many in many ways. Some people are telepathic, some people are clairvoyant, so basically, some people can hear, your thoughts. Some people can. Some people are mediums where they hear, spirits, or I guess, what some people say are ghosts. Um, it's so many different, like, y'all, it's a long list of different abilities that people can have. But, you know, things that people do in the dark, they will eventually come to light. I know y'all have heard that, and that is the truth. And here's the thing. It may not be right away. It could be years from now. Perfect. And let me give you a very present, perfect example. For those of you who've ever watched Sweetie Pies, okay, which is with Miss Robbie and Tim, there was a recent circumstance where years ago, if you watched the episodes, you knew that Miss Robbie's nephew was killed just randomly. They didn't know who the killers were or anything like that. So their family dealt with that, right? On the show, right? Then just here recently, it was exposed that the one of the main cast, which was the son of Miss Robbie, which was basically co-owner of the company, was the same person who killed the nephew, the grandson. He killed his own nephew. And not necessarily with his bare hands, but supposedly he put a hit. And don't get me wrong, this is just per, what the media is saying. So I don't know how true everything is. This is what, So let me be clear in stating that, because let's be real, I wasn't there, okay? But supposedly, per what is being exposed, is that he put a hit out on his own nephew for a life insurance policy. That here's where the kicker is, right? See, God works in really, really mysterious ways, and that's why when you trying to do dirt, baby, you gotta know that you really ain't gonna do nothing but F yourself over in the long run. I'm gonna be real with you. So you really gotta learn how to just live more on a path of pureness. You really do, because it's gonna come back and slap your ass real hard. Um, Perfect example, like people do black magic. I don't, and whoever's watching this, I don't know if you believe in all that or not, but hey, stuff be real out here, and y'all just don't be knowing. And really, just having bad thoughts towards another person, that's pretty much black magic. If you sitting back and you like, I hope she, I don't know, I hope she failed, because you see somebody winning, right? And you so worried about the fact that you not winning right now, that you sitting back hating, so you wish ill upon somebody else that's winning. When in reality, you don't even know that technically is black magic, because manifestation, as long as you focus your thoughts on something long enough and you put action towards certain things, it can manifest, it can come to fruition. And so that's with good and bad. That's why if you keep thinking about something, for perfect example, if you have a negative mindset and you keep sitting around thinking that things are going to go bad, oh, this relationship going to go bad, he gonna cheat on me, he ain't going to, well, damn it, eventually that might just pretty much come to happen, because that's what you was telling God and the universe that you pretty much wanted, even though that's not what you wanted, but that's what was on your brain. FYI, my ass is like without a breath, if y'all can't hear it. Because because I'm walking up these damn steps. So yeah. Anywho, but and y'all gotta excuse me because I don't have no type of specific content. I'm not sitting here with notes written down. So my ass will ramble. I will jump from subject to subject. Listen, I ain't never claimed to be perfect. So whatever your perception is of me, that's from your own mental gathering, okay? And if it's from a level of judgment on a negative note, I send you healing, love, you know? I pray for you. I ask God to heal your mind, your heart, your soul, and whatever things in you that are triggered by my actions, okay? But anywho, I done finally made it back up here so I can go get my ass in my car because sis is out of breath at this point. I had me a nice good walk, go get my son, so I can go get me some dinner. But yeah, like, do right, man. That was my sole point. Like, do right in this world, or just, let me not say right, because like I said earlier, you know, to you what may be right, it could be wrong to somebody else, right? But just do things from a pure space, from a pure heart. You know, treat others basically, right? That saying. Treat others how you want to be treated. Like, it really is super simple, y'all. Like, we really make things so much. Just a nice spot, FYI, side note. A nice spot to come, you know, light you a nice good fire, chill out with your people. Chill out with your people if y'all do manifesting, or if y'all just trying to vibe and sit and have a couple drinks or whatever. Really, really dope spot. But yeah, so just treat others, man, the way you want to be treated, man. Like, on some real stuff, it's super simple. Everything don't have to be so difficult and hard. If you know you don't want nobody to cross paths with you and act all like they for you and got your back, and then turn around and 2 seconds later, as soon as you gone, they on the phone with, you know, whoever, their mama, their sister, their cousin, and just dogging your name, then don't treat people that way. You know, because whatever you put out, it's coming right back to you, regardless of if you truly believe that or not. And oftentimes, you know, sometimes it's not right away. Like I said, it could be years down the line. And then you look up and boom. Another example is, you know, you sitting back judging somebody for something, or how they live in their life, or, you know, something that's taking place in their, you know, whatever's going on with them, right? You're like, that couldn't be me because I wouldn't tolerate that, or I wouldn't do that, or that's not how I would live, or, you know, some shit like that, right? Then boom, next thing you know, look at you. Same thing you was judging somebody else for, same thing you was, you know, acting like you was better than somebody else for, your ass in that same circumstance. And listen, when I say this, y'all, I'm speaking from a person who has been there, like no bullshit, like, you know, everything's all fun and games until it's your ass, right? And I know somebody right now feel me. So like I said, most importantly, just take from what I'm saying. Please just be more open-minded. You know, do your best not to judge, because I'm telling you, I know it's a process. I know it's not as simple as just, you know, you wake up and, oh, I'm not going to talk bad about this person. Oh, I'm not going to have bad thoughts. Like, I know it's literally a process. It's literally a process. Every single day you have to, you know, put your best foot forward in just making the efforts to just not do those things. And as soon as you catch, yourself having, you know, those bad thoughts, or getting ready to talk, you know, some shit about somebody or whatever, just keep in mind that, damn it, what you putting out, that's coming back, okay? So if you don't want people to be sitting around talking trash about you, do your best not to be talking about nobody else, you know? And like I was saying, I'm sorry, and I don't even think I finished my point earlier, but going back to the Tim thing, well, like I said, now it's been exposed that he did that. So now he's dealing with all of these, you know, the legal issues, obviously, of being accused of putting a hit out on his nephew. And that happened, y'all, like, I ain't gonna say it was 10 years ago, but shit, it was, it's definitely been well over 5. I can tell y'all that. And so, after a person done did some shady shit and they live about 5 years beyond that, they ain't thinking shit else about that. They thinking they good. They thinking they done got away. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, he called himself doing all that for a life insurance policy, which didn't go through. So he, I guess a week after the nephew died, called himself trying to go and collect. And little did he know, it didn't go through. It wasn't processed. Some paperwork wasn't completed. So you did all that for what? Okay? For you to now later on, years later, think that everything done passed and went by, and boom, now you about to go down for that. And then like I was saying, to finish up another point, when I was speaking on things that I see on social media about how people try to act as though, they're better than someone because of certain circumstances in their life. And see, it's funny because people will truly judge your life off of social media. And it's like, come on, man. Unless this person is on live, y'all, 24/7, you see every move they make. You see everything. Even with that, you still don't know the person's thoughts, but you see every move they make. You done seen their house, you done seen their car, you done seen where they work, like all of that shit. Like you cannot know a person. You've seen how they interact with other people. Like you cannot know a person off of social media. So y'all really gotta stop like doing that, cause you really playing yourself. On some real stuff. You really playing yourself, because most people do portray themselves to be, better than what they are, or just maybe, me perfect. I'm gonna give myself as an example. I know a lot of people assume a lot of things about me, via social media, and it's funny because the thing is, see, me and how I think and how I process things, I'm not an individual that's going to shine light on the negative shit. Why? Because I personally just feel like we got enough of negative shit in the world. We have enough of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm on some high vibrational stuff. I'm not out here trying to contribute to the negative. That's not me. I'd much rather send love and light out. I'd much rather show some positive images, because what you intake, it very much plays a part in your life. It really does. What you eat, what you watch, what you see, what you hear, the senses you have. So it's all 5 of your senses. You know what I'm saying? All your senses, the things that you're around and you smell. That's why it's good to get out in nature, because nature is like a restorer for your body. You breathing in good oxygen. That's why I was so grateful to be, walking on that trail, because I was able to breathe in some good oxygen, y'all. Especially, whoever's watching this, like, I live here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, we ain't got the greatest there, okay? And this comes from somebody who just came back from Florida and baby, when I tell you my experience in Florida, just breathing in the air in Florida is totally different. Or if you go to like Tennessee, you breathing in the air in Tennessee is different, because they got like, mountain peaks and whatnot. So you breathing in a different elevation of air. But portraying someone off of their social media, you're fooling yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I know me personally, I'm not about to get on there doing all that, oh my God, this is what's going on in my life. I'm not one of the people that's going to get on the camera and be crying, okay? Because see, a lot of people like that, no judgment towards them, because everybody has their something. Everybody does things with reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's attention, whether it's just pretty much, that, in my personal opinion, that's attention. But obviously they're doing it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all deal with things, man. That's why it's like, my point is just, please just be more compassionate of others. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed into bullshit. Obviously, that's why, you got to pray for discernment. You know what I'm saying? You got to pray for God to just, whether it be allow people to reveal themselves to you, or just allow certain things to be revealed to you, you know what I mean? So that you know how to deal with certain individuals. Because a lot of times, people, they'll try to play on you. They really will. And it'll be for their own benefit. And don't get me wrong, yeah, you want to be in relationships where there is a give and take, where there's reciprocity, where I pour in your cup, you pour in my cup. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people in the world don't view things like that. People want to, just take. You know what I mean? What can I get out of this? What can I get out of this? And they don't give a damn if you getting anything out of it or not. And those people will they'll have to deal with that, right? They'll end up in a relationship or in a friendship or some type of connection, business partnership, where they're being taken from, right? They're being used, taken advantage of, right? And so, that's why I say, you just gotta, man, treat people how you want to be treated. Love on people, man. Like, on some real shit. Like, because what you put out, even if you don't see it instantly, it's going to come back. This is coming from somebody, like, when I tell y'all, like, I've been through so much stuff, y'all. That's why I know God is, like, literally guiding me to, share my stories and share my experiences and share my thought processes on things, because I've been through things that people could never have fathomed, or people could, if y'all walked a day, just a day, and it ain't gotta be a whole day, man. If you walked in my shoes for, motherfucking 2 hours, you'll be like, baby, you can have these shoes right back, honey. Okay, let me go get my motherfucking Nikes over here, because I'm good, right? So, I just want people to just, man, do better with just acknowledging the fact that you're not the only person that go through stuff. We all been through something. And the way that the world is right now more than anything, man, y'all, we gotta learn to just love on each other, man. Start smiling at people when you walk past them, man, which, that's a little, because we gotta wear the mask, so you kind of gotta smile on their ass, hit them with the smile eyes. I'm goofy, I had to forgive me. Hit them with the smiles, but yeah, like, just try to do your best with showing care and concern and love to others, because there's gonna be times where you need that same care and concern. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be moments where you just wish somebody would just, feel you from a soul level, feel you from your heart space. You know what I'm saying? Not just for what you can offer them, or for the fact that you got a Bentley, or for the fact that you, just whatever, all the material, tangible bullshit that, the world society has come to make us believe is what matters. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, what can y'all do with that shit when it's gone? And I'm not judging nobody, y'all. Like, I'm telling y'all, because we all like nice things. You know what I'm saying? And while you on this earth in this body, of course you're gonna want certain things. So it's no issue. It's just, don't make those things the focal point of your life. Don't make those things so valuable in your life that you start mistreating people just to get those things, or you start mistreating people for those things. You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, everything's about, your what is it? Your the impression that you leave on people, right? Um, because when you die, what do you want? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to say about you when you have your home, when they have your home going? When people get up there and they get to talking about you and talking about the memories that they have of you, what do you want them to say? You get what I'm saying? Do you want them to be, first off, do you want it to be people there? Okay. Because let's be real. If you out here dogging people and mistreating people, hell, is it going to be anybody there? Are you gonna get buried by family and people? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just gonna be the nursing home, the funeral home gonna have to burn your ass up in the damn thing? You know what I'm saying? In the furnace. Listen. All I'm saying is if you haven't thought about these things, kind of start thinking about them, okay? I know sometimes we don't want to think about those things, but that's just the reality of it all at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, question yourself, because see, God gave us this quarantine time for us to stop, y'all. We gotta stop, take a pause, and really just think about the impact that we have on the people that are around us, and how we treat others, right? And who we are. So, you know what I'm saying? Who are you? Do you even know who you are? Do you know where you're going? Do you have a vision? Do you know what you want? What do you want? And here's the most important part. Why do you want those things? You get what I'm saying? Do you want certain things just to have credibility for the world to say, oh, I look like this, I got this? Because if that's the case, that's from your ego, okay? That's from your ego. And that ain't really, you know, I, I don't know. But I just want y'all to like worry about your soul because, we all have different beliefs. I will say that. But I'm gonna be real with you. Like, start looking at things like from a what if standpoint, okay? So let's just hypothetically speak, right? Real quick. Let's just hit you with a what if. So, what if it is true that when you die, okay, from this body that you're in this 3D realm, okay? Because see, if y'all pay attention to what y'all have learned over years and what y'all have heard about. I know y'all done heard about 3D. I know y'all have heard about 4D. I know y'all have heard about 5D, or maybe you haven't, but you definitely heard about 3D, which is 3 dimensions, okay, which is a realm. But if you don't know what that is, then, maybe this is not going to resonate with you, and that's okay. Maybe this is a trigger or a catalyst for you to actually go look up those things, okay? But when you die from this body, okay, some people believe we go to heaven and it's pearly gates and it's gold streets and, you're going to have your house on the block with whoever, your grandma and them or whatever. And that's fine if that's what you believe. Trust me, I'm going to be real with y'all. I used to believe that. I did. And honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I don't really feel like it's not that's a possibility, but my thoughts have changed a little more just after learning certain other things and being exposed to certain other things, especially mediumship. But anywho, the if let's here's the what if. What if once you do die from this body, okay? Because keep in mind, energy that's what our soul is, right? On the inside of us, when we die in this body, our soul still lives, okay? Our spirit still lives. It's an energy. So where do you really truly believe that it goes? Do you believe that it does go up into the sky, into somewhat of a like rapture type thing? And if so, cool, you know what I'm saying? But what if your body, I'm sorry, not your body. What if your spirit, maybe transfers to another body? Or what if your once your spirit is removed from the present body, it's like almost what they call it, y'all? Oh God, I can't think of the actual word. But basically, you come back into the world as something else. Reincarnation. Boom. There you go. It took me a second. You're reincarnated into whatever. Because it could be all kind of stuff, y'all. It could be a squirrel. It could be a butterfly. It could be another human. Because if y'all pay attention, because I know y'all have experienced these things, okay? If you pay attention, generally when life is created, there's a life that leaves the earth as well, okay? Like, that's another thing. Everything in life is balance. Everything in life is balance. And that's with all things, y'all. That's everything in life is balance. That's even with like, okay, if you have an addiction of whatever sort, alcohol, some type of pill, smoking, like whatever, everything is a balance. And if you don't balance it, or if you don't do it in moderation and you overly do it, you're pretty much like, you fuck yourself over, right? Or you could end up dead, or you could really harm yourself or someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit get real deep, okay? I could ramble on for for quite some time, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to hop in my vehicle and I'm going to go ahead and, about my evening. But I just wanted to do this video because, one, like I said, I've just been guided for quite some time now, honestly. And I've just really been kind of, we all deal with our own insecurities and doubting ourselves and whatever and whatnot. So I've really been putting it off for a while. But I'm gonna have to, start doing more of these, because I know there's a lot of people in the world right now that have a lot of questions and are a lot of, it's a lot of confusion going on. We don't know if we're coming and going, you know what I'm saying? And God has granted me definitely a vision for like overstanding. I'm able to see things from a different perspective than what the average person just kind of has the tunnel vision on. So, and not even just that, but just I've gained a lot of knowledge in different areas. So I'll be doing more videos, about awakening, ascension, angel numbers, love languages, um, just yeah, a bunch of different stuff, because there's a lot of knowledge that I have come across, and I'm actually very grateful for, and it's just kind of a time for me to share it with others, so that hopefully it'll be a help to you, you know. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I apologize if I did ramble and I did kind of be all over the place. But hey, I'm not a perfect being, and damn it, that's just me. So you're going to either take it or you're going to leave it. You dig? But yeah, so I will definitely say, please go check out my link, which is at Linktree. So linktr.ee/T as in Tom, R as in radio, A as in Apple, I as in India, N as in November, E as in Echo. So that's Linktree slash TRaine. Go on there, get you some health and wellness products, or click, I think it's, I don't know if it's a join my team, but either way, whatever, join and become a distributor for health and wellness products, so that you can get healthy and also get paid in doing so. You can follow me on Instagram at Sweettxtrasuga. That's SweetXtrasuga. That is my IG handle. Facebook at Tiffany Rain. And link with me on there. I'm generally posting, positive, high vibrational stuff, encouraging words. I'm just all about trying to uplift the collective, because I know there's been times, y'all, I've been in really, really dark spaces. I have a book that I'm going to be putting out. I have some other business endeavors that I'll also be sharing with everyone here soon. And I just want to help everybody, man. If you in a dark space, man, I'm here for you, man. Like, even if we got to set up like a consultation call, it will be, a service, so you will have to pay for it. But I'm a person who, I'll listen, Now you ain't gonna be able to vent, for hours on end, unless you're gonna pay for that. But I'll surely listen to whatever it is that you need to express and what's going on with you. And if you, are inquiring maybe some advice or just a way that you can kind of handle it, or even just wanting to hear, some supportive words, or maybe some resources that could possibly help you. I'm really big on just wanting to help, people not fall into, a suicidal mode, or just a really dark place where you're just dwelling on the things that are heavy on your heart, And I know a lot of us have dealt with some things that we've never discussed with other people, you know what I'm saying? So I need y'all to know that there are people in the world that actually do still have good hearts, and do still care, and still want you to win. We gotta do better with that, man. Like, nothing is a competition as far as it goes when we talking about like my life and your life, because I'm not you, you're not me. You know what I'm saying? The things that you can do, I may not be able to do. The things that I can do, you may not be able to do. But we all still have our purpose. So we can't be, knocking each other down, and mistreating each other, and acting like we better than each other. And actually, before I close out, let me run